Metacritic is a game rating website that gives you a pretty accurate idea of what the game's going to be like before you even play it. So today in this video, I'll be covering 9 best Call of Duty games according to Metacritic. Welcome back to COD Filmy, let's get into the video. Number 9, Call of Duty Warzone, Metascore 80. Jumping into this list head first is a free-to-play battle royale giant, Warzone, Activision's own answer to Fortnite and Apex Legends. It wasn't their first delve into the genre of shrinking arena competitive play, but it was their true success story, now being a score of 80 from critics. However, critics favor this battle royale extravaganza, with Game Rant saying that it managed to hit the niche of the genre while retaining its Call of Duty feel. Number 8, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Metascore 81. After 3 mainline Modern Warfare titles and 2 remasters, Infinity Ward opted to reboot the sub-series. It features familiar faces such as Captain Price, but it is a new story that reimagines the first game. Yet if that isn't your speed, the remastered Modern Warfare managed to land an impressive 86 Metascore. Nonetheless, the reboot score isn't too shabby itself, with critics praising the return to Call of Duty's roots, while managing to step up in an innovative fashion, bringing forth improvements to the FPS genre that will be competed with by many going forward. Number 7, Call of Duty Black Ops, Metascore 81. World at War may have started the zombie scene and set the foundations for Black Ops campaign, but there's no doubt that neither would have been nearly as memorable if not for this entry, with the default maps Kino der Toten and 5 offering a refined experience which excelled beyond Treyarch's previous offering. However, as popular and beloved as zombies are, it definitely isn't all that's on offer, with Cheat Code Central claiming that the multiplayer alone is enough for a 98% rating, so throw an iconic round-based arcade fun and an engaging romp of story with Mason and his numbers, and it's no shock that critics adored this entry into the franchise.
Let's go find this shithead!
Number 6, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Metascore 83. Only 2 Black Ops entries made it into this list, unless you count World at War, although hopefully the Cold War will join them when it drops this November. What's even more impressive is that Black Ops 4 managed to supersede the score of its predecessor, which the prior 2 didn't quite manage to make the list. However, it was a fairly controversial entry, opting to drop out the single-player campaign in favor of a battle royale game mode dubbed Blackout. It's no surprise that Activision decided to rebrand and separate the two, working in campaigns for the future entries. Nonetheless, their step into the genre was praised, with PC Invasion claiming that the loss isn't all that big of a deal given the final product's quality. Number 5, Call of Duty World at War, Metascore 83. A stellar campaign that puts you in the thick of World War II, fighting on the front lines, a riveting multiplayer rife with iconic maps and a selection of antiquated weapons and gadgets, and a new game mode all about killing Nazi zombies. After 3 World War II games, World at War brought something fresh to the table. The 5th entry into the franchise was a hit amongst players and critics alike, being praised for its take on the oversaturated setting, so much so that many still regard this as the best take on the Second World War. The only fault that many had was that its campaign seemed to be a step back from the tight-knit, well-written, emotional hit that was Modern Warfare. Number 4, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Metascore 86. As far as sequels go, Modern Warfare 2 was the perfect example of how to do it, with many critics praising its multiplayer section, even if it wasn't quite up to the bar in competitive play, as many of its cohorts at the time, even its predecessor. At the same, it sported enough iconic maps and a refined enough experience to hook an entire generation of players. It won the hearts of players and critics, even if the story wasn't quite on the same level of Call of Duty 4, but that's not to say it faltered, as it certainly managed to continue the thread, started with its noteworthy writing and iconic moments that still evoke nostalgia to this day for many. Number 3, Call of Duty 2, Metascore 86. Call of Duty began as a World War II FPS, and since its debut, there have also been a handful of entries in that same era. Whether successful like in World at War's case, or less so as in the case of 2017's World War II, that stands out about 2 in its grandiose nature, with its depicting movie-like levels of action over realism, which ultimately made it a captivating blast that captured the gaze of the gaming world, solidifying this newcomer as one of the largest FPSs on the market. Number 2, Call of Duty Metascore 91. While there have been many retreads back to the setting that the first Call of Duty basked in, none have topped the franchise's initial outing, at least as far as critics are concerned. It's grittier and more down to earth than its sequel, but it still has gigantic scale battles with stunning action. It's that balance that it struck that ultimately managed to make it stand out, with Gamers Temple claiming that there was no game at that time that captured the same feeling of being on the battlefield.
Friendly UAV overhead.
Overboard is
Number 1, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Metascore 92. No Call of Duty has managed to win the critics over with a World War II setting quite like the first, but that's not to say that the franchise's early 2000s beginnings were the peak of the series, as Infinity Ward returned in style after handing the reins over to Treyarch with the fourth installment titled Modern Warfare. The story doesn't drag in pacing, only lasting a brief spell, but it's magic through and through, with a cast of memorable characters and an engrossing narrative, yet when all's said and done, there's still the competitive multiplayer scene to delve into, which even managed to compete with Valve's Counter-Strike back in its heyday. This brings us into our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.